Mark Fuhrman was called out to Rockingham on a domestic violence call. And according to Johnny Cochran, his blood just boiled seeing this blonde, blue-eyed white woman with this black man, and vowed from that point on he was going to get O.J. And this day gave him the opportunity. He'd been laying low all these years. Why? Because O.J. Simpson violated the last racial taboo, which is interracial black-white couples. And that's what made Mark Fuhrman just see red. Riddle me this. When does the systemic racism kick in against Kamala Harris, who married a white man? He accused Johnny Cochran, Mark Fuhrman, of genocidal racism. Not just racism, genocidal racism. There's covert, overt, subtle, unconscious, indirect, direct, and genocidal. Don Lemon, married to a white man, as is Kamala Harris. When does the systemic racism against those guys kick in? Van Jones, I think he's divorced now or getting divorced, married to a white woman. Van White last Jones. When does the systemic racism kick in against them? Lori Lightfoot, mayor of Chicago, married to a white woman. Something that, according to Johnny Cochran, made a racist cop like Mark Fuhrman see red. From that point on, he was just waiting. I got a question. Now, Lori Lightfoot said she didn't want anybody other than a black or brown reporter asking questions. Does Lori Lightfoot allow her wife or husband, I don't know how it works, her spouse, thank you, to ask questions? Or do they just not talk to each other because she's not talking to anybody other than a black or brown person? I'm just wondering. Must be kind of awkward. Is there a statute of limitations on that? Does she get out of jail at some point? Or is there an exception, a no-fly zone over if you're married to a white spouse? But maybe she's one of the good white people. Because the professor from Brandeis, the dean from Brandeis, says she doesn't hate all white people. She just hates whiteness. So maybe Lori Lightfoot's spouse is white, but does not engage in whiteness. So she's probably okay. So that's the rule. You can be white, just don't engage in whiteness. I think we're figuring it out now. You guys said I don't offer any solutions. We're figuring it out. Well, Larry, you have no solutions. All you do is criticize. No. We're helping you out here. White people, it's okay for you to be white. You don't have to drink hemlock. Just don't engage in whiteness. Now that that's straight, the Minneapolis mayor is admitting that calls to defund the police, well, they've led to an increase in crime.
It's just the reality of the situation. You know, when you make big overarching statements that we're going to defund or abolish and dismantle the police department and get rid of all the officers, there's an impact to that. There's an impact.
There's an impact to that. There's an impact to that. You mean crime goes up?
Get rid of all
there's an impact to that.
Officers, there's an impact.
It has adverse consequences.
Department and get rid of all the officers, there's an impact to that. There's an impact. Do we need massive change? Yes, we do. We need accountability and culture shift within our departments, and we need police.
It's known as the Ferguson effect.